Alright guys, in here after a major restock. I'll recap everybody, but I'm seeing a Wii right here. They've got 40 on it, which is a little rich. Michael Jackson, Doom Eternal, Red Dead Redemption 2, but my eye was drawn to the CDs because I'm seeing some PlayStation. Did you think we quit game hunting? Oh, no, no, no. This is the first game hunting video of 2023. Problem is we got to do this a little different this year because we're selling at conventions now. We're doing vendor tables. So traditionally we've showed you like things as they sell. What did we get for them? Well, we're not putting much video game stuff on eBay currently. So what we're gonna do is for the estimated value, we're gonna put way lower than market value what we would sell it at conventions for. If somebody said, hey, will you take this? A lot of times we're willing to make a deal with people. So that's how we're gonna do this thing. It's gonna be kind of all over the board, kind of a hodgepodge, if you will.
It's been a while, but the weather's nice, the sun is out, the guns are out, and we are hunting and flipping. Last year we hunted and flipped our way to Power Blade 2. This year we were talking about doing a mini series and flipping our way to another Grail, maybe Little Samson. We were like, could we flip our way to $3 grand?
How bad do we even want Little Samson? I don't know.
That was the idea, but then we were like, we don't really want that game. It'd be really funny to do it, but we don't really want it. So
there's some things on our list that we really want. We'll see if we can find them in the wild. We'll recap at the end of the season with all the stuff the hunting has allowed us to afford and add to our collection. How does that sound? Because $3 grand for Little Samson, even though I know we could do it, a game that neither one of us really care to play, I don't know. So really an unscripted hunting season. We're just gonna get some bangers for the collection. Let's go.
I've only been out garage sailing once, and that's not even this episode. That's probably gonna be next episode. Wes has been on a freaking heater. Let's talk about these pickups.
First garage sale of the season. First stop, no joke. Went out on my lunch break, boom, seen a sign, hit this garage sale. I've even voxed some friends and told them about it, so I'm not making this shit up.
All right, guys, just hit the honey hole.
Walk in, crazy. There was a blanket just full of stuff, and I remember seeing the 2 Guitar Hero dongles. I'm like, okay, PS2, I know those go for a little bit. Oh, holy hell, there's some N64 games. Quarterback Club 99 was priced at 30 bucks. Some golf game was priced at like 25, 30 bucks. I was like, okay, this ain't gonna be good. The dongles, he's like, yeah, $1. I'll take $1 for them. I said, do you have any other video game stuff? And I know you've heard this in hunting videos before, but you've always got to ask. This guy went and rummaged through his garage and came out with just a pile of stuff. First day out hitting sales, didn't get footage in there, 30 bucks. Got this Game Boy Advance case, you're probably like, oh, well, what's the big deal about that? I got 2 Guitar Hero dongles, a charger for a Game Boy Advance, NES controller, PS3 controller.
This first pickup is absolutely insane. I remember coming back to the studio after like he picked this up and I was just like, what the heck?
Deadpool on the Xbox 360, complete in box, bam, how you doing? NES controller, finding these at a garage sale in 2023, say what?
PS2 dongles, Deadpool, which highly recommend that game. That game is incredible, it's so much fun. And then freaking Game Boy Advance games, Pokemon, it's insane. And it all fits in the bag. I've never seen that bag before, so that's always cool finding stuff that you've never seen before.
Pokemon Ruby. Let's go. Moving down the line, I mean, this is just out of control. The hitters here was Pokemon Ruby. I mean, obviously you guys know that's a big one. Tested, it's authentic. I took it apart the whole 9 yards. The silver Game Boy Advance, freaking mint. I left 2 Game Boy Advances at this sale. Did a horrible job filming it, but the other 2 were beat up. The silver one's in mint condition. The Guitar Hero dongles, I love that piece of this pickup. I think that is kind of the learning piece. $24.99 a crack on those stupid little throwaway items. Nobody's looking for that stuff. This other stuff, yeah, I got kind of lucky. We'll show the totals as we're going through this, but guys, like the Game Boy Advance bag, we're putting like 10, 15 bucks on that for the total here. We're going really low. Pokemon Ruby I'm seeing sell for like 75. I think we're putting 60 in our total, but this was a ripper.
This freaking hunting season is starting off just so heavy.
I'm ready to score a fat PS3 for 60 bucks. We'll see how it goes.
This was the next weekend. So this was a Thursday that I got that Game Boy Advance stuff and the Pokemon Ruby, but that weekend right after that, so this is the Saturday morning, I was on a heater again. This season has been weird. I have just been super freaking lucky, and Robert and I have only got to get out one time together. Thrift stores, pawn shops, you'll see that throughout this video, but a fat PS3.
All right, walking out of here like a bandit with this fat PS3. We got the Blu-ray remote in there, some freaking component cables, 2 controllers, a concert country t-shirt. Oh, hell yeah.
Fat PS3, these are always risky at garage sales because you don't know. Same with like this generation, you know, like 360s. They're tough to buy at garage sales because you don't know if they will work, and especially if they're freaking pricey. This was 60 bucks. That's a lot of money to drop at a garage sale.
Now, this wasn't the greatest story because I have 60 bucks into this PS3 pickup, and then there's another sale coming though that I all in. I'm like at $85 for all this stuff, and it actually is going to net out and be a really good pickup. But they wouldn't move on this PS3, but it looked really, really clean. A lot of times at garage sales you find a fat PS3, you're like, does it work? I don't know, but it looked so clean. And the controllers, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but those PS3 controllers, the knobs on them can be very like sticky and rubbery, almost like a wet dog nose if they've been used a lot. These were dry, these controllers were crispy as hell, little human jerky on them, but other than that, they were in mint condition. And they had a Blu-ray remote, which leads me to believe it didn't get played a lot. They bought it for being a Blu-ray player.
Then, after the freaking PS3, Wes kept going. He found some freaking nostalgia stuff, which if you're out hunting, you gotta widen your scope. You can't just look for video game stuff because you're not gonna find video game stuff at every sale. You gotta look for nostalgia, things that, you know, people that our age will be like, oh, I remember having that as a kid, I want that. Like Britney Spears and her tour bus.
All right, season firing off with a freaking bang. We get this Britney Spears tour bus, 10 bucks. I'm seeing sold comps of this bus just loose. Close to $100. We'll see how it goes. All sorts of crazy stuff at the sale.
We're on tour with Britney Spears, folks. These are the type of things you gotta be looking for. A Britney Spears tour bus in the box. I thought I was gonna get a little more out of this than I did, but somebody made me an offer. I took it. I'm all about moving stuff. I don't go for top dollar. I go for quick turns.
Got this Mad Catz in the box. I don't know if everything's in here. It was $5. I don't really care. We're gonna see what happens. This freaking WCW carrying case for Hot Wheels or whatever. Just out of control stuff. This thing, CIB. And then just a box of random stuff.
There's a bunch of other random stuff in this pickup. You know, you got Dance Dance Revolution pads, High School Musical, DDR pads. I don't even know what any of that stuff is. You got a bunch of miscellaneous toys, some old school Canon cameras, which I'm kind of intrigued by, but that's easy money.
All right, so this is all the video game stuff from the garage sales this weekend, which we did that YouTube short on, so we can show some of that footage here.
Got a bunch of PS2 stuff here. Nothing to really write home about, but these demo discs from Konami are sealed, so that's pretty freaking rad. Some various McDonald's gaming-ish toys. PS2 controller. PS3 controller. PS2 controller. PS3 controller. And the grail of them all. Oh, forgot about this little Goomba we found. A fat PS3. Bam.
Got this magic 8-ball telephone, still in the box.
I did get a bunch of Canon cameras. Only 2 of them have sold, north of 20 for both. All of them were like $1 a piece. They gave me kind of a bulk deal here. But yeah, just on a freaking heater. Keep your eyes peeled for this kind of stuff.
I'm freaking hyped.
If you're at a garage sale and you're not quite sure what to pick up, just pull out your phone, look it up on eBay real quick. There's so many garage sales that we go to, and we look stuff up just real quick. eBay even has a barcode scanner. Super quick, just scan it, it tells you what it's going for. If it's cheap and it goes for a little bit, it's worth picking up, especially if it's just random miscellaneous stuff. You might sit on it for a little bit, like these Canon cameras, but I mean, 2 of them have sold already, so that's pretty wild.
All right, it's time for your retro fix here. This is an amazing retro haul. You do not find this kind of stuff in 2023. But one thing I will say before I get into this is you have to build relationships with the folks that work at your stores. I am blessed in the fact that I drive the same route home every day, and I hit the same 2 pawn shops and the same thrift store every single day, and I ship at the same exact place every time I'm out doing this thing. And I walk into the pawn shop, and the manager of the pawn shop's like, hey, I thought you were into this stuff, I held it back. So this wasn't me finding it. This is the relationship working. When you go in and you talk to people, you know their names, and you legitimately care about how they're doing. But she held back a Super Nintendo, and an N64, and it had a lot of games. Now, this is an amazing pickup, but there's a little more to the story too. The Super Nintendo had to be reshelled, the N64 had to be torn apart, cleaned up, like vigorously, like the reset button was sticking in it. It was gnarly. So a lot of elbow grease went into this.
All right, guys, I got a little footage inside the store. A killer retro haul here. Let's just get started. $79.37. So you see a Super Nintendo. It's a little dirty, but at least it powers on. That's all I know about both these. We have an N64. I'll get some B-roll later of everything unpacked, but it does have the expansion port. The reset button's stuck on it, so we'll see how we do there. Controller with a rumble pack. But the cool thing is there's quite a few games, so we'll go through. We got Pokemon Snap, Yoshi's Story, and Diddy Kong Racing. That's all there was on the N64. For the Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat, Mario Kart, Monopoly, yeah, that's kind of the shitty one, but Super Mario World, Real Monsters, one more down in here, I think, and Super Mario All-Stars. So overall, pretty good haul.
A Super Nintendo, an N64 with games, with controllers, with expansion packs and rumble packs. That's wild. You do not find this stuff very often.
$79 into everything that I got here. Opening the N64, the expansion pack's in there. Automatic. If you see that, that's a ripper. The Super Nintendo, you know, I was allowed to power it on in the store, so I knew it worked, but it needed some work. It was really gross. An old Super Nintendo that I had from a while ago with a really clean shell was able to really turn this thing into a masterpiece.
This was a killer freaking pickup, and it's super exciting just finding that stuff in the wild, because you go, whoa, we don't find this stuff.
We are deducting $10 from this whole thing because I did buy an expansion pack replacement, just the original pack. The jumper pack is what they call it. I bought that off Amazon for like $8.99 free shipping. We're gonna deduct $10. And just so you guys get an idea of the pricing here, Super Mario All-Stars, we're putting 20 bucks on that. We are going convention pricing here. We're not gonna detail all the shit out. A lot of our old hunting videos, we took the time to do that stuff. We're just gonna let it rip. That's how we hunt. We grip, we rip, we let it roll. So if you have questions, I promise you the math works in the opposite favor of us. We are literally giving folks deals on this stuff.
I found a Mario movie demo tape. Seeing sold comps between 50 and 80, so this is a good find. Oh, and Captain Planet.
Okay, these are the types of things I get excited about. This is why I love hunting. I love movies, I love toys, I love video games. Video games are what started this hobby, but this other stuff is so fun. And when it's video game related, it's even more fun. Stopped at this sale on my way home from work, and it was an older fella. And it was a lot of like hand crank drills and old tools. And I know there's money in that stuff, but that's not my game. I don't even know how to use a drill, let alone a hand crank drill. So was walking through and there was a box of movies, and I didn't even notice it at the time, but I seen the Mario Brothers movie. I have it on DVD, I have it on VHS, but it looked really crispy, so I just pulled it out and I was like, oh my god, this is the promo copy. I didn't know off the wrist if there was money in that, and I keep going through the box, and there was another screener's copy of a Captain Planet cartoon, and I think there's a cartoon of like Wizard of Oz and some like Looney Tunes thing on this screener copy. I was like, hey, what do you got on your tapes?
25 cents a pop. I would have never guessed that that is in demand, that is worth money. That alone, 25 cents, flipped into $65. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's so freaking wild. The margin is absolutely insane. That's free money, basically. 25 cents into 65.
They were selling for like 80, 85. I listed it for 65. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It was gone that night. And then I can turn that into video games. It's a no freaking brainer, but it was a really cool find.
Couple loose random games here, but these are quick, easy money, and it's just nice to have games. We're getting ready to go to a convention. Literally in a week, we're gonna be at a convention in Illinois.
All right, some other quick thrift store pickups. Got Dead or Alive Extreme 2. It's actually like a $25 game. Dead or Alive 4. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. It's like a $25 PS4 game. Home Sweet Home. I got out of there all these $8, so they were $1.99 a crack. Not too shabby.
All right, you drive for show, you putt for dough. This is just a nice putt right here. $8 at the old thrift store. Dead or Alive was the theme. Dead or Alive 4, Dead or Alive Extreme 2. And then, again, we degraded the values here. So, you know, Dead or Alive Extreme 2 is a $30 game. We put 25 on it.
This next thing is wild. It is, I remember coming over to the studio, we were about to record, and Wes was like, look what I just picked up. And it was this minty Zelda 3DS.
What is up, retro freaks? Got a bead on a 3DS XL, the Zelda version that has it's the gold Zelda variant. Got a bead on it from my buddy Dylan that works at a pawn shop. He gives me some good intel. He's a collector too, so he snipes a lot of stuff that comes in there, but there's stuff that comes in that he doesn't want. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think they're going for about $350 right now, this exact variant. They've got it marked at $175, so way more than I like paying for, you know, something in the wild, but when you can get that kind of return on it, you know, that type of money and double up on it, I don't think I'll wait on a convention or whatever to sell this. I was probably going right on eBay.
All right, circling back to a prior conversation, it matters. It matters to know the folks that work in your stores.
All right, everybody, spent $184.99 with tax, $197. Actually scooped Super Mario Party in there. It was 10 bucks. And then here is that 3DS XL, looking pretty freaking crispy. So we got 190. This is probably gonna turn into about 400. So we'll see how it goes.
This thing was flawless. A little tiny ding on the front. The screens though were immaculate. Came with the charger, the whole 9 yards.
So we did spend a little bit more money on the Zelda 3DS, but that shit sells so quick. Pardon my French, but it's just wild, dude. And it was kind of hard to get rid of because it was just so cool looking. Like, you don't see that kind of stuff out in the wild. So then when you do find it, you're like, I want to keep this.
Now, I don't love spending that much, but when you know when you're in these high volume type of scenarios and you can double up, that's just quick, easy money, and this was an easy turn.
This next pickup isn't sexy at all. Like, you go from finding a Zelda 3DS to this. But it's money, and money is sexy.
Nice little pawn shop haul today. Spent $28.89, and we got Zelda Breath of the Wild, which that'll be at least 30, so that covers right there. But Heat of the Night, Season 6. This must not be on streaming because this looks like it's going for about 80 bucks. Then I also got the complete series of Beauty and the Beast, which looks like it's going for, oh, I don't know, somewhere around 30. And then I got these other 2 box sets. Looks like we're gonna get about 15 out of that. And then we got Cagney and Lacey. Looks like another about 25 or 30. So it's gonna be a really good flip.
Pretty good pickup. Feel proud enough about it to put it in a hunting video. How do you feel about that?
This next clip, we just wanted to show because in hunting videos and in game hunting channels, they always show you, look what we found, look what we found, we're finding stuff all the time. We go out all the time and we don't find stuff every day. So this is one of those things where we thought we found something. We thought we found an NES. We thought we found an awesome thing. An NES in 2023, that's wild.
Guys, what do we have here? I see some NES stuff in a bag. And I see a couple NES games. I don't know if you see those. Nothing to write home about, I don't think. But you bet your ass I'm gonna be looking. Oh, hell yeah. Not what I wanted to hear. Those NES cords, $29.99 on them. No, not doing that. 2 controllers, games was Super Mario Brothers and Bases Loaded 2. But they said the system was with it. But it was faulty, so they threw it away. 10 bucks, and I could have got that bad boy working, but stuff going to the landfills. I could have got that thing working guaranteed. But anyway, on to the next.
It's just how game hunting goes.
This next pickup is kind of a hodgepodge because it was a crappy weekend. I don't know where I was. I guess I don't go hunting it ever. But Wes was out hunting. It was raining, didn't get any footage, but we got that recap.
I'm gonna do a quick recap of today's garage sale festivities because I didn't film because it was raining. But I got this fitted Colorado Rockies hat. You see some of the stuff through here. I'm gonna keep some of this. Pretty cool. Jim Mint 10, Jonathan Taylor rookie card. That's for a buddy. We did find some cartridge stuff, which is cool. Nothing to write home about. Got a Wii and Wii Sports Resort for 10 bucks. Got this Zelda controller for 50 cents, and I think it's going for a little bit. With Tears of Kingdom that just came out, it's probably a good time to get rid of that. And then I got this WWF Elite ring, with a bunch of accessories and characters and wrestlers and all that good stuff. So not too bad.
This is a fun one. I'm a wrestling fan. If you've been watching the channel, you know. I don't know a lot about this new Mattel line of figures, and when I say new, I think this ring's from 2012, so it tells you how old I am. I still think this is new shit. This ring was badass though. The canvas stretched across the ring. You press the button on the top turnbuckle post and lights come on onto the ring. A lot of figurines, a lot of accessories came with this. I don't know what it is about me. I love passing this stuff along to other collectors that were like, oh, that's a good deal. The ring, like, honestly, I was seeing sold listings for like in the 200s, 220s, 225s.
That's wild to me. I would not spend that much money, but someone will, and that's what's really cool.
Looking at a restock here at the Salvation Army. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a couple copies of Smash. We got Mario Kart in here, Godfather, GoldenEye. Some definite stuff worth picking up. I gotta get somebody to help me get this shit out of here, but not a lot of hitters, but there's a few.
I mean, I think every hunting video Robert and I have ever done, we're saying the Wii is hot. The Wii is hot. The Wii is easy money. It's not COVID money. It's not how the Wii was during COVID. But we're finding Wiis everywhere. But I couldn't leave these games there. Okami, Smash Brothers, 2 copies. Why did they have 2 copies? GoldenEye, Godfather. Godfather's an amazing game, by the way. I wouldn't play it on the Wii. I would play the Xbox 360 or PS3 version. That's an amazing game.
Freaking $78 here with all that stuff. Estimated, obviously, because we're saving it for a convention, but that's awesome.
This next one was kind of a tough one because I've been hunting for so long that I have these boxes, like Wii boxes for the consoles, right? And I've got like the console, everything. I want them to be CIB. Somebody at a convention could buy them. And I found a sealed copy of Wii Sports.
I don't think I've ever seen a copy of Wii Sports sealed. Who's buying that? Not me. That is a crazy flip. We've talked about it before. We'll say it again. But when you find sealed things, sealed games, sealed movies, sealed VHS tapes, sealed anything, it's worth looking up, especially when it's Wii Sports. Sealed, $45. Can't freaking complain. That is awesome.
Nice throw.
You guys give up? Or are you thirsty for more? What did we tell you guys about the Nintendo Wii? Saddle up.
Wii find at Salvation Army, just keep finding them. Easy double up. These cords are looking a little gnarly. I got some cleanup to do on the system. But they're pretty reliable. I think we're probably okay. It's starting to rain out here, but we actually ended up paying $12.24.
And for some odd reason, this Wii bundle we picked up was half off. So we got a freaking Wii bundle for $12. That's a no-brainer. That's easy money. And then we found another freaking Wii console that came with Wii Sports and another game inside of it.
Alright, might get copyrighted for the song. And look what we got at the Salvation Army. Maybe for $24.99. It's got the doors. It's got Wii Sports in there. And is there something else? No, it's just Wii Sports. But there's 2 discs in Wii Sports. I don't know if you guys can see that. Alright, back into the car. Use my trusty pocket knife to get into this bad boy. And there was 2 games in here. Wii Sports and Super Mario Bros. Wii. Hell of a freaking score. $24.49.
The final pickup of the video. It does include a Wii, but the Wii is not the story here. I go into this thrift store every single day on my way home from work, so I notice when things change and are added. CD section was really flush with PS1 games. All right, guys, in here after a major restock. I'll recap everybody, but I'm seeing a Wii right here. They've got 40 on it, which is a little rich. Michael Jackson, Doom Eternal, Red Dead Redemption 2, but my eye was drawn to the CDs because I'm seeing some PlayStation 2 stuff. I see a Silent Hill here. So we're going to do a deep dive. I'll recap once I einhander. I don't know how the discs are. I don't know what's going on, but I'm kind of freaking out, and I'll follow up with you. All right, everybody, time to recap this killer score. Got this Wii for 40, which is a little rich. Maybe there's a game inside, but that's not the whole story here. 55 bucks in on this thing. This PS1 haul is epic. I'm not going to pull them out individually, but we got Silent Hill, Driver, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, War Games, Driver 2, blah, 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 Einhander. And guys, all these games are mint, so they came from somebody that had all of them, and they are in great condition. There's some cracks on the cases and stuff, but they're all CIB. Discs are flawless.
And then I picked up these. I've been wanting to play Doom Eternal. This will be a good gift to somebody. This Michael Jackson game goes for a little bit. 56 bucks, and they say game hunting is dead. Come on now.
It's unbelievable. It's so wild. Thrift store, CD section, PlayStation 1 games.
Guys, that heart pound, if you game hunt, you know the feeling. I had it. I was like, holy cow. I was texting my buddy Brian like, I cannot believe this. I'm freaking out, man. And I just knew I was going to open one of those two cases and the game wasn't going to be in there. Lo and behold, I open them. The games were there, and they are mint. Every single one of these PS1 games, the discs are flawless. Such an epic haul. These ones do not happen all the time. I guarantee this will be my biggest or best gaming pickup of the year. Super freaking pumped about it.
Freaking Silent Hill. Freaking Einhander. We just talked about that game, and now we found it in the wild. Oh my god, that is wild. Estimated value with all those PS1 games, freaking $530. That's like times 10. We usually try and double up. That's times 10. That is insane. You do not find PS1 stuff in the wild.
All right, it's time to do the math. If you've been tracking at home, even if you haven't, we got you covered. In this video, we paid $637.71.
Kind of expensive, but our estimated value, estimated profit value, it's gonna take some time, you know, because we're selling at conventions, but estimated value from today's video, $2,756.95.
That is freaking killer. That's more than tripling up. It's like quadrupling up and maybe then a little bit more. But here's the fun part. So when we do these, we like going for grails, but what if we find grails along the way? That's what happened in this video.
We kept Breath of the Wild on the Switch because I haven't played it. I have a Switch. I'm gonna play it after I beat Tears of the Kingdom. If I ever beat Tears of the Kingdom, but Breath of the Wild I now own. That's freaking badass.
We're keeping Siphon Filter 2. We got Siphon Filter 1. I've never played Siphon Filter 2. I loved Siphon Filter 1, so we're keeping that. We're gonna keep Silent Hill and Einhander because a few months ago we were talking about what are the last few PS1 games we really want for our collection, and both those games came up. We have digital copies of them. We just don't have the physical copies. Boom, added to the collection.
And then, big boy purchase alert, not even in this video, we're just gonna drop this on you. We bought a TurboGrafx 16. That's real.
A legit one with an EverDrive. And so we're gonna be probably covering some TurboGrafx 16 content in the near future. So we scraped out of all of this $730 to cover what the value was of the stuff that we bought. Way cheaper than that, but that's what we're deducting here, leaving us with $1,389.24 of profit after we added stuff to our collection. And that is how we have built our game collection for damn near free.
That's insane. Game collecting is not dead. You just gotta go out and hustle. People always say, oh, I can't find stuff in my area. Do you go out every day? Do you look? You have to freaking grind. You have to hustle. You're not gonna find stuff every day. You're not gonna find PS1 stuff every day. You just gotta keep going, and then the deals will be there.
We appreciate you tuning in, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed the hunt with us. Now get up there and hunt, folks. The deals are still alive. I hate when people say retro collecting's dead, game hunting's dead. It's not. I'm living it. Sorry, not sorry. We'll catch you on the next.